Oh wow, they actually liked the video. Anyways, let's tackle part 2, shall we? Before we get to the ending of Pizza Sim, let's go over some key lore drops hidden in the game. When you buy Candy Cadet, he has a chance of telling you one of 3 stories a day. All 3 stories follow the same pattern: 5 things becoming one thing, 5 keys melted into one key, 5 dead kids tied together, and 5 dead cats sewn together into one. This could be referring to the fun-time animatronics together becoming Ennard. On to the second min-game, Security Puppet. When playing this minigame for the 3rd time, we can see Henry's daughter, Elizabeth, locked out of the pizzeria where she gets murdered by Afton, becoming his first victim. Next we see the puppet slowly crawling towards her dead body, hugging her, and Elizabeth possesses her. When brightening up that same image, we can see purple tire tracks from William when he fled the scene. And now for our 3rd minigame, Midnight Motorist. This game is labeled later that night in the game files, so we can assume we are playing as Afton in this minigame. When on the 3rd lap, we can see a crack in the road. No, it's not cocaine, it's a hole. In we go down it. We end up on a road leading to a bar restaurant called Junior's, presumably the FNAF 1 or 2 location or Freddy's Family Diner. But why call it JR's Hell if I know which Will isn't allowed into? The second place we can go to is a house, the Afton house. When Will sees that his youngest son escapes through the window to the Freddy's restaurant, he gets very angry. This most likely causes William to create the sound illusion discs to scare his child, and creating the nightmare animatronics in his mind to make him afraid of the Freddy's restaurant. Anyways, the sound illusion discs are also uses in FNAF 3 too. Create the phantom animatronics in the player's mind. How did the mind disc thingy get into the night guard's head? Well, there's a theory that the night guard we play to is actually Michael trying to stop his father William Afton. But that's a whole can of worms, so I watch other theories to find that, I guess. Anyways, that's why they also never kill the player in FNAF 3. This brings us to our 3rd and final minigame, Fruity Maze. With help from the books in this minigame, we know that the child who possesses Chica in FNAF 1 is the girl in Fruity Maze named Sissy Barker, the imposter, the Susie. This is all this minigame really tells us. Now the Pizza Sim ending. On the 5th night we hear Elizabeth, Henry's daughter, talking but is interrupted by her father.
Due to forced entertainment and having low funded budget, instead of explaining the entire gosh darn thing of how the literal ending of FNAF Pizza Simulator, I'll just play the cutscene again.
If this job just fell out of the sky for you. No. This was a gift for us. You gathered them all together in one place. Just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place. Just for us. A gift. Now we can do what we were created to do. And be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch. Listen. And be full.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name. But I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you...
Everyone then dies to the fire and the souls are finally put to rest. Well, aside from William, since we play as Afton in purgatory, tormented again and again by his own creations. Karma sucks, am I right? Through the game we learn many things, such as that Chica was the first child to be killed and stuffed, and possibly the first animatronic to be given life by the puppet. We also learn about the one you should not have killed. This is presumably talking about the child that possesses Golden Freddy, but as mentioned earlier, Golden Freddy could have multiple souls inside of it. This brings us to FNAF VR, Help Wanted. The point here is that William Afton's soul is possessing the game, becoming Glitch Trap. I will get into some theories about how this could have happened later. Through the game he possesses a game tester named Vanessa or Vanny. Vanessa plus Bunny, which will most likely be the main antagonist in FNAF Security Breach. William uses Vanny to continue to kill kids, even though his body is still in purgatory. We will probably get more information on her when Security Breach is released. Now on to how Afton's soul got into the game's come and possessed Vanessa. In the Fazbear Frights book series we read about two children stuck in the stick wraith's body. One of the kids is said to be killed by Afton. He tells us how he is keeping him alive, to be forever tormented. In that same story we read about the patient in room 1280. It is about a man in a hospital, burned beyond recognition but somehow still alive. That is obviously William Afton. When the boy finally decides to let Afton die, his last request is to be wheeled into an old, abandoned Freddy's location. The hospital staff do so not really knowing why, but looking at the state of Will here, he is probably insane to some measures. When he is wheeled into the Freddy's location his body literally explodes. Now some parts of his soul go to Purgatory UCN, and other parts possess the computer parts, later to be scanned and reused to create the VR title. That is most likely how he possesses the game, but we can't really know for sure. Oh my goodness, finally finished this stupid thing.